Okay, I'm going to make requeijão, and all the videos that I found online are in Portuguese. Even though I speak Portuguese, that just isn't going to work for me. So, I found this recipe online, how to make the best requeijão cremosa Brazilian cream cheese spread. And while I was in Brazil, I fell in love with requeijão, which is kind of like a cream cheese, but it's not. It's very different. So in this recipe, I got this recipe from www.FromBrazilToYou.org, and again, it's called How to Make the Best Requeijão Cremoso Brazilian Cream Cheese Spread. So I've got my milk in the pan, and I'm going to boil it. Okay, so my milk is at a boil, and I knew that it was starting to boil because it had started to froth, and I was stirring it slowly so that it wouldn't burn on the bottom. So I've turned it off, just like the recipe says, and I'm going to stir in the 4 tablespoons of vinegar. And that's going to make the curds. So you can see that it's curdling. That's kind of what I was expecting. And the lumps are the the curds of milk that we're going to use to make the cheese. And they look pretty good. So I'll pause for now until the next step. Okay, so I've strained it, and these are the curds that came out in the straining, and I'm going to press it just like the instructions say, and I used 2% milk just like the directions said, but I'm going to press it and get as much of the moisture out as possible. I don't know if you can see the moisture or not, but I'm going to press it and get as much of the moisture and vinegar out as possible. So I've got the curds in the blender, and they have it kind of looks like cottage cheese, but it's not. And I squeezed it out as best I could. Hopefully it's not going to taste like vinegar, because that would be really not what we want. So right now we're going to blend together the curds, the butter, the salt, the cheese, and the milk. So as soon as I have everything in the blender, we'll be right back. Okay, so I've got all the ingredients in the blender. I'm adding the milk now. And I warmed this milk, the 1.5 cups that it requires, I warmed it in the microwave because it didn't specifically say whether I could or couldn't, so I did. And now we're going to blend for 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and set a timer and do it for 3 minutes. And so we'll be right back. Okay, so I'm all done blending, and I'm going to put this into the sterilized jars, and I'm giving a small one to a friend of mine to see what they think of it. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that up. And then I'm going to put the rest in my other jar. And it's supposed to yield approximately 2 cups. This container is a 2-cup container, so all of a sudden I'm very glad that I'm giving a little bit away, because that container is full. And I'm lucky enough to have a vacuum sealer, so I'm going to seal them and refrigerate them as it says, and that pretty much used up everything. There isn't very much in there, but I'll find a container to put that in. So enjoy. I will let you know what we thought of it and what my friends thought of it.